What's up, Cheryl Fuller, Spiritual Wealth, where we talk about the laws of attraction, taking positive action, which ends in success and satisfaction, and so much more. Let's get it! I'm so super pumped up, of course, to talk about everything that's in store. I'm bringing, this is Magic Monday, 2 Cup Quantum Leap Tuesday, Wealthy Wednesday, Thankful Thursdays, and Freaky Fridays will all be coming back. So I'm super excited about that. And I wanted to talk about just kind of just some really awesome stuff that I kind of just noticed while I was watching TV. You know, I try, or I'm working on not so much TV because I notice it does kind of mess with me. So I've been working on that. And, but what I prayed about was for whatever I watched to be an inspiration for my husband and I both. And so that has been showing up. So I've been super excited, along with adding to my synchronicities in life and all that. So what I wanted to share with you was, if you do watch The Amazing Race, I just recently watched it. They had like all the All Stars with Big Brother and the old Amazing Race people that I'd won already, or almost won, or what have you. It was a kind of a mixture of everybody, and so we watched that this year. It was really awesome, exciting. There was a couple on there that was really into meditating and had really had some major anger issues on the old previous show he had been on, and now had really found his center, and him and his wife both. And so it was really amazing to watch them. They actually won it. But what was so amazing was to watch them grow, and watch them. I could literally feel, when they would be upset or frustrated, and I was just so blown away at their interactions with each other as they went on their journey on The Amazing Race. And then the most awesomest part at the end was they were putting together something, and there was just a drum set, and there was just one little piece that just needed to be like switched around, and they had everything else perfect. And you could just feel how the pressure and the frustration, and it's $4 million, and for all the time and everything that you put into it. But it was so awesome. She said take a deep breath and call in, and they did it, and they figured it out. They were guided to that one little tiny piece, and then they won. And so that was really super fun, exciting. The Hills, if you're watching that, Spencer and his wife Heidi are selling crystals, and so that is super awesome to watch. And so I'm super it's awesome and inspiring for me to watch just everybody kind of growing, and all that good stuff. So, but what we are going to talk about today is how they say we're only using 10% of our brain, and how like whatever, well, or we only have access to it, and so on and so forth. That's a bunch of BS. We actually have access to 100% of it, but we're only acknowledging 10, and we're letting the other 90 pretty much autopilot right out. So what I mean by that, and what I want to kind of open your mind and expand your consciousness on this, expand your mind, is think about it. So when you eat something like, say, 10 o'clock yesterday, guess what? Your body, your stomach's going to start getting prepared to break that food down in your belly. So it's going to start getting prepared at, say, probably 9:55, maybe earlier. It's going to be in that time range. Whereas your body's on autopilot in order to get prepared for what you did the day before. The same thing is everything else going on in our mind. If you've noticed that you are repeating the same things, but you're also doing the same things because it's on autopilot. Have you noticed that? You'll be like, it's kind of like, oh, now it's time to get on Facebook and go judge everybody, or now it's time to get on Facebook and go get pissed off at somebody, or get my feelings hurt, or now it's time to go check my emails and get stressed out, or now it's just a constant autopilot where this is what I did, this is what I've been doing the last year, this is what I'm just gonna regularly automatically do, just the same as everything else, if you notice that. So just be aware of what you're thinking and what you're doing, and ask yourself, am I on autopilot, or am I really in the moment using this and doing this? So, and if you notice that, you'll just kind of do a repetitious thing, kind of like every day, because that's what you're on autopilot to do. So the other 10% is kind of like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Oh yeah, I got to do that. So I want to think about also what your thoughts are. Are they your own thoughts? Are they just what you've kind of been programmed and known to think? Or whatever. So we're basically only paying attention to 10% of what power we have in our brain, and the other 90% is basically just on autopilot for whatever you bring. That's why they say program your subconscious mind, because it programs, but you gotta, like, it's kind of complicated. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys be aware of that. If you find yourself doing that, stop and be like, oh shoot, this is just what I'm used to doing. This is what I did yesterday, so this is what I'm doing today. This is how I'm feeling. This is how I felt yesterday and the last probably how many years, so this is just like, oh, this is when I normally get pissed off at my husband, or oh, this is when I normally get mad at my boss. Oh, this is when I normally do. So what happens is you just automatically do that. Oh, this is when I feel sad. This is, so it's just those continual programs that are running in your mind, and then they're pretty much running your time too. So with that being said, I wanted to go into something a little bit deeper, because I feel it's time and it's a calling. Another thing that we tend to do is we feel guilty for how we've made the money that we've made. Have you ever gotten like a huge tip or something and felt like kind of bad? You're like, God, that was a huge tip, and I don't feel like, that I didn't really expect that, so I didn't really do as good of service, but I got it anyway, so you kind of feel guilty about it. That is kind of like a blocker for more. So I know that was a huge epiphany for me, and that came up. So I just wanted to say, watch out for judging yourself and others, of course, with anything, but also with how you're creating your money. If you'll notice, we will honor somebody more if they are working and struggling and killing themselves to make money, whereas we wouldn't honor somebody as much if they were to have won the lottery and they're just living off like lottery monies. The problem with that is this person over here is struggling making money on using 10% of their brain, being on autopilot, whereas the person over here that won the lottery is actually not only using 100%, but by staying focused and staying dedicated to that vibration, but also trusting God and the universe and staying in that dominant vibration. The reason why we don't honor a person that much, which we should even more, because they're the ones that are doing the work with their brain, whereas like say another person, even the same person in whatever, is just kind of doing it out of fear, not trusting God, not trusting the universe, just doing it out of fear, like, oh my God, I have to go do this, and then autopilot, and not really focusing and paying attention, in sleep mode, 90% asleep. And so that's why they're like, wake up, you're creating your own reality, and you can create it by vibrations and holding that vibrations and letting all those old ones go. It is it's not easy to let go, because that's easier to do. It's easier to be on autopilot, and you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's easier, but it seems like it's easier, but it's not. It's not easier. It just seems like it, because in order to grow and change, sometimes is a little bit difficult. So that's where that expansion comes in. And expanding is a little bit tough at times, but it is what you have to do in order to break through and get to everything your heart desires. All right, guys, I think that was a lot for today. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I didn't really plan on saying all that, but whatever was meant to be came to me and came through me, and so I'm excited to share it with you. And so I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all my subscribers and all of my views. Stay positive, stay powerful, and stay true to you. Cheryl Fuller Spiritual Wealth. Peace out.